And today we saw the first signs of what will be the coldest air of the season that rolls into the area starting tomorrow and lasting through much of the early part of next week. That's as a trough dives right through really much of the country, and that sets up an Arctic air mass. You can even trace this back to Siberia in Russia. This is truly frigid air that is centering up right across southern Canada and the far northern U.S., and that is drawing the jet stream well to the south, even getting down to the Gulf Coast, and that means all the storm tracks that will be, or the storm systems will be tracking well off to our south and east, and in fact, they're looking at a potential winter storm from Texas through the Carolinas in the middle of the week. So that's why you see some winter storm watches in effect from the Houston metro all the way through to southern Mississippi, including the New Orleans area. We're talking about the Gulf Coast here potentially seeing snow. Now, and an interesting fact here, the National Weather Service in Jackson, Mississippi has already issued 2 winter storm watches this winter, while the National Weather Service in Chicago hasn't issued any. Just put that in perspective there. But here at home, we are dealing with the cold temperatures, and so is much of the country, even extreme cold warnings across the Dakotas and Minnesota. But even those cold weather advisories are stretching down to the Gulf Coast too. Now, the definitions are a little different once you head farther south, but here at home, where we have the cold weather advisories in place, that means we have wind chills in the 20s below zero, and we're going to reach that point at about 3 a.m. or so. So that's when these cold weather advisories take effect area-wide. Now, for most of us, they are in place through Monday. However, we know that those will likely be extended through at least Tuesday. We could even see some extreme cold warnings if we can get those wind chills down below -30, which we could, especially on Monday night. So as we'll see here on Future Track, in terms of those wind chills, 9 a.m. tomorrow, around -20 across the area. So make sure to bundle up as you're heading out the door. We only improve to about -15 during the day, and then those wind chills drop right back down again towards -20, even towards -25. As we head towards Monday morning for the holiday morning, and then during the day through the holiday, we're talking about wind chills and those teens below zero. And then Monday night is looking like the coldest night, and as we wake up Tuesday morning, we're heading back to work and school, we could be having those wind chills in the -30s, especially across southern Wisconsin. So that's going to be what we watch out for there. So make sure to just stay prepared, wrap those water pipes, be careful with those space heaters, and also keep those gas tanks half full, and try to start it occasionally, especially if you're leaving it outside. And of course, if you are heading outside, make sure to wear those extra layers and cover up that exposed skin, because that's when we're talking about frostbite setting in within 30 minutes on that exposed skin. So you want to be very careful if you are heading outside at any point really over the next 3 days. We do start to warm things up, but that's also when the clouds start to move in by Wednesday, and then your most accurate 10-day forecast, you see those temperatures getting back above freezing, maybe briefly, but we may be hanging around freezing there once we get towards this time next weekend, Sam.